Hi guys, so today I'm going to react to a Reddit post regarding the Senate hearing that is being happening with RFK Jr., who's the Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services. So they were asking him question because if you guys don't know, to give you a context and background, RFK Jr. is very much against vaccines, including vaccine mandates. He doesn't like them. He tends to disagree. They kept claiming, the GOP in general kept claiming that you're always gonna have the right to have a vaccine. They just don't want to make it as a mandate. They're doing the opposite. Look at what happened in Florida, where they're trying to illegalize any mandates of vaccines, which is going to increase the spread of diseases. So in this case, Senator Bill Cassidy was asking uh, of Kejun a question in relating to during COVID time when Trump basically was responsible to kind of spread the mandate for COVID vaccine, even though he didn't really fully agree with it. And he basically does a gotcha with RFK Jr. Just to give you guys more of a background and just before I react to it.
And I'm approaching this as a doctor, not as a senator. I am concerned about children's health, seniors' health, all of our health. And I applaud you for joining the president in a call for radical transparency. Thank you for that. I said yesterday, I believe that President Trump deserves a Nobel Prize for Operation Warp Speed.
Yeah. So I don't think President Trump deserve any type of Nobel Prize. He was not even that good during COVID time. He was actually really bad. He lied and said anything for a while. He already knew since at least since December 2019. And even though he told people to not take it, he took himself. He was telling people to do the opposite, to take toxic, like really dangerous thing like bleach, consume bleach to be able to deal with COVID. Of course, you may not die from COVID after that. You're gonna die from toxicity due to drinking bleach. So Trump was really not that great. But eventually, the scientists really work well together internationally, and they come out with COVID and became a thing. It was not super easy to get an appointment right away, but I was able to get one sometime in March and then April of 2020. So for the first two shots, and since then I've been taking the COVID shot every year, and I already did quite a few times. I'm gonna do it again. I usually do it every October.
If he had been President Obama, he would have gotten it. But because of Operation Warp Speed, forcing the federal government to come to a vaccine development within 10 months when others said it couldn't be done, we saved millions of lives globally, trillions of dollars. We reopened economies. Incredible accomplishment. Mr. Secretary.
Unfortunately, instead of Trump really being advocate for vaccines, it's been the complete opposite. That COVID could have been the perfect time for Trump to show what type of leader he could be. A great leader, he could have done something amazing, and it really wasn't. He didn't do such a great job, and just his second term is just disastrous. Like it's great for millionaires and billionaires; they're doing well, but for people who are not rich, people who are transgender women, transgender men are suffering a lot. People of color suffering a lot, especially right now. A huge target being Latinos, regardless if they're light skinned or dark skin, doesn't matter. They're being constantly targeted by ICE agents. It's been really tough times, and things are also just got much worse for women, not just for transgender women, but also for cisgender women. So things have just got so much worse. It's really bad. But transgender people, especially transgender women, have been suffering potentially the worst in a way. As basically all their rights have been taken away, besides undocumented immigrants who have been a prime target in a very unhumane ways by the Trump administration through the actions of the Homeland Security utilizing the ICE agents.
Do you agree with me that the president deserves a Nobel Prize for Operation Warp Speed? Yeah, absolutely, Senator.
So RFK Jr. agrees that Donald Trump should receive the Nobel Peace Prize for the Operation Warp Speed, but he's completely against uh, vaccine mandates. He's completely against vaccines in general, including the COVID-19 vaccine, which has been shown multiple times to save millions of lives, rather than the opposite. So this is really dumb.
Let me ask you, but you just told Senator Bennet that the COVID vaccine killed more people than COVID.
Incorrect. So you guys can fact check this in Google using AI ChatGPT, which can do all the googling for you. But COVID vaccine did not kill more people than COVID itself. In fact, COVID vaccine really has not much of a statistic showing that really kill a lot of people at all. Some people could have allergic reactions. Some people cannot take vaccines. The immune compromised things happens. But most people who took the COVID vaccine, it literally saved them. It made my situation much better. I be think every year, and the more I take, the less COVID. I haven't like this year. It's been the first year that I've not even had a slight amount of COVID. Even when my wife got COVID and she was right next to me, all the people had COVID. I've yet to get COVID. And the vaccine has been working really well, obviously. I've been taking every single year since 2020. And the very fact that people like RFK Jr. wants to take that away so that people don't have the possibility of taking the vaccine if they want to is a problem. If you don't want to make a mandate, that's one thing. But removing the opportunity or the option for people to have the COVID vaccine or the flu shot, etc., it's an issue. Some vaccines I'm doing more of a booster for some of them because I'm able to. I've been doing that this year just in case something happens and we may have to pay out of pocket. I'm someone who fully trusts scientists, and because there's tons of data, research, peer-reviewed journals proving that vaccines work. They do not cause autism or any form of mental disabilities. They don't cause you to have mental illnesses. They don't. There's no statistic in a significant sense that they're dangerous. Vaccines has saved lives. Now, all those people be dying from measles and polio still to this day. Antibiotics do help for bacteria-based diseases, but if you take too much antibiotics, bacteria can be very resistant to it. So that's something we've been, as it was a human race. But in general, there's been efforts to make antibiotics more effective to prevent bacteria from being so resistant to it over time. But besides those points I made, RFK Jr. is making dangerous decisions because it feeds the whole right wing conspiracy that vaccines are bad for you, they cause all these type of issues, which are not true. If people really try and actually read through the peer reviewed journals of decades of research on vaccines, they will see that it's very safe. It's one of the safest and one of the greatest achievements in medical science that humans have ever done. Sincerely, extremely important. Besides getting much better surgeries and all that.
Please, that was a statement. I did not say that. Okay, then let me ask, because you also Senator, I just want to make clear, I did not say that. We'll check the record. That's a question of fact.
Yeah, RFK Jr. pretty much said that.
You also said that you were also, as lead attorney for the Children's Health Defense, you engaged in multiple lawsuits attempting to restrict access to the COVID vaccine. Again, it surprises me that you think so highly of Operation Warp Speed when, as an attorney, you attempted to restrict access. But let me ask.
Exactly, it doesn't make sense. So it's just because it's Trump. He doesn't agree with the vaccines. Again, RFK Jr. is not very bright. He's not a doctor. He's actually extremely unqualified to be the Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services, considering that he has no medical background. So no medical license, no degree, nothing. He's not a doctor. He's not a licensed doctor, nothing. He's a quack, really, at best, and it really sucks.
Yeah, I'm happy to explain why. I had 3 minutes and 30 seconds left.
I love how he just keeps going. Yeah, and that was a good point. The questions are not hard, and the points that the senator made was not difficult. But RFK Jr. is a bullshitter. He's not very bright. He's very unqualified for his position. Like every other person that been appointed to their position, they're extremely unqualified for the Trump administration. This is arguably the most unqualified administration of any president that I know of, at least in modern history, for the last 40 plus years, like at least for the last 40, 50 years. You know, I can't think of an administration that have even more unqualified uh, candidates who are just being put in this position to be a yes man to the president or yes person to the president. Really sad because this could be completely different. Again, it's just they want to destroy everything is good for people, the regular folks, just to enrich the rich and the billionaires, and then they do a bunch of damages to people's rights and the protection of those rights so that they keep getting the votes from the extreme right wingers, aka the Republicans. This administration is full of confident idiot assholes. Absolutely. Mark Twain said the only two things you need to succeed in this world are ignorance and confidence. Pretty much, yeah. For the two quick comments. But that's really it for today. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this whole RFK Jr. Um, situation with the Senate, because they have a Senate hearing with RFK Jr. and questioning his position. They tried to maybe get him fired, either by Trump, or they trying to see if they can impeach him, which would be much better if they could impeach him. So then they would be completely screwed, can't really be in that position anymore. Whatever Trump wants to do won't really work well. And if you think that FK Jr. did the right thing and his criticism of vaccines are somehow backed up by real scientific data, I'm in the comment section. Show me actual data. I checked the data. I read the many peer-reviewed journals that have proven that COVID-19 has been extremely effective and preventing the spread of COVID and also reducing the impact of COVID symptoms for people who had or are currently having COVID right now. But if you guys want to have a debate with me about that, go right ahead. I don't think that people should not have the option. If you want people not to force mandates of vaccine, that's one thing. But let me know why you think it's okay to completely remove the option to have the vaccines covered by insurance. I think that's wrong. I think people should have the choice and have the insurance cover the vaccine so that they can take it. I think there should be no arguments on that. But if you have arguments on that, let me know why. But anyway, if you guys like this video, like and subscribe. If you're watching this on TikTok, follow us on TikTok, and you can support us on Patreon. Have a safe day, guys.